Good job.
The first thing he said to me when he walked off the training area afterwards was, "Dad, I'm not on my own."
It seemed like constant failure.
The whole of my life I've had to sort of deal with the ups and downs really of having a disability.
The home of England's football teams, St George's Park is a world-class training facility, hosting lots of familiar faces over the years. From the likes of Wayne Rooney and Roy Hodgson, to the royal family. But not forgetting our England and Great Britain Cerebral Palsy football team. Cerebral palsy is generally present from birth, however can form in later life from a traumatic brain injury. From a professional football career to being diagnosed with cerebral palsy, the England and Great Britain captain proves that even with a disability, you can achieve your dreams and be part of amazing opportunities in sport.
I was actually signed at Birmingham City, just about to become a professional there or at another club. But unfortunately, back in 2009, I was struck to the back of the head on a night out and I fell and hit me on the curb, and that caused some pretty bad injuries, a double fracture in my skull, a brain hemorrhage. I suffered moderate brain damage. I was made permanently deaf in my right ear. Subsequently, I retired professional football in 2010, but then in 2012/2013, I realised that I could play cerebral palsy football, so it's open for people with acquired brain injuries. And since then, it's just been an amazing rollercoaster ride and thoroughly enjoyable.
Rutter glides past one, finds a man, 1-2 comes in and it's finished by Rutter. Really impressive stuff by the midfield man.
Free kick, it is teed up on the corner of the box for Rutter to curl one. Oh, and the England captain delivers with a absolute beauty into the top corner.
Because obviously what I lost in my life would be professional football dreams, other jobs that I tried to do and I couldn't seem to do. I tried to go to university and couldn't access a course there, so it seemed like constant failure. And when that was happening and the realisation came in that I wasn't going to be able to achieve my dream, that's when I started suffering from mental illness. I was really anxious for my future and the fact that I didn't know where I was going to get a job. I didn't know I was going to provide for a family. I want to have a family one day. How am I going to provide that with them without doing a job? And also, you want a job that you enjoy. And the jobs that were available to me weren't jobs that I would enjoy. So I was very anxious about that. And obviously that led to a series of depression. I couldn't sleep at night. I had a really bad routine. I was having a bad diet. I wasn't playing sport, which wasn't good for me either. So I started being really depressed. And obviously, understandably, I think I had a lot of anger inside of me after what happened. I would say at this point now, I'm good, but I don't think I'll ever be the same mentally as I was before. I think I'm mentally strong, but I feel like I've always got to maintain my fitness levels, keep working hard, keep having goals and aspirations, because if I have that, I know I'm working towards the right things.
All right. We go on a Sunday, don't we?
Cerebral palsy is an incurable condition, but for one person, football has been a way to improve his physical mobility and self-esteem. The veteran England and Great Britain goalkeeper has made sure that throughout his life he has used his disability to his advantage, leading to overwhelming opportunities through football.
So I'm Leon Taylor, I'm 41. I was born with cerebral palsy. And so the whole of my life I've had to sort of deal with the ups and downs really of having a disability. So on the day I was born, there was an ambulanceman strike and a doctor's strike. What that actually meant was that there was a delay in me being born, which led to a starvation of oxygen to my brain, which led to the cerebral palsy, which is quite similar to a stroke in later life. The opportunity to go out, play sport regularly, to mix with people that have got, like I say, similar disabilities to me, has been invaluable, and probably better than any counselling that you could sort of get, because it is that opportunity, it's that understanding, that maybe other people wouldn't quite get, in terms of the way that you may be feeling, or both mentally but also physically as well. And it's just that opportunity to speak with people off the pitch, obviously, as well as creating great bonds and friendships sort of on the pitch. And you know, the added bonus in my case was the opportunity to play for my country, feel so proud. You know, it's absolutely, you know, fantastic memories. Just things like singing the national anthem when you're thousands of miles away from home, and thinking that, you know, I've been given this opportunity, and then sort of, you know, then comparing it to sort of some of the darker times, and you know, and thinking, you know, it's definitely worthwhile, and it's given me a sort of great deal, you know, more confidence.
Cerebral palsy football groups have been set up around the country to give children a talent pathway from grassroots training to potentially a professional career. The East Midlands Centre of Excellence aims to develop the players' physical fitness, but most importantly, allows them to be part of a team and play alongside people with similar disabilities to themselves. When Saul Ramsey Simpkin first started playing football, he was a frame user. Coming to the sessions has physically impacted and improved his ability to play the sport that he loves.
I always remember the first time I sort of taken him to take part in a match, or a training session, if you like. The first thing he said to me when he walked off the training area afterwards was, "Dad, I'm not on my own. I've got something in common with all these boys out here." And it really sort of spurred him on to achieve. From that point on, you know, I always felt that Saul will achieve whatever he wants to achieve. It's not going to be what other people think. He'll do what he wants to do because he's got that motivation behind him, and football gives him that.
Since retiring from professional football, Leon Taylor still enjoys to be part of the beautiful game, showing his support at tournaments and matches across the country. After the huge success of the London Paralympic Games, people have become more aware of disability sport. With the Rio Paralympics just around the corner, able-bodied players aren't the only ones who can compete professionally for their country.
You know, for me, it just shows you, you know, where somebody can get to in the sport. You know, it's not going to be for everybody to actually be able to compete at that very highest level, but it does just show you that there is still some fantastic opportunities through sport, through football, to actually represent your country and to be, you know, at the very, very top of your game. So.
Get it in! Get on, Jimmy! Come on!
The great thing about it means that they can really work the weaker side of their bodies and really help to develop that, whereas if they weren't playing sport, they weren't playing football, they would possibly, you know, the effect of the CP would be more so. So I think it really helped from that perspective.
Cerebral palsy is incurable, but these people prove that amazing opportunities are still possible, even with a life-changing disability. Just look how far they've come.